Good morning, or good afternoon, and welcome to the October 22nd meeting of the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust. Next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes of the October 8th meeting. The minutes are in your packet. Are there any questions or comments regarding the minutes? Seeing none, is there a motion for approval? I have a motion and a second. And it passes. Okay, so in the 30 plus years I've been associated with the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust, I don't ever remember a docket with 4 items on the consent agenda, nothing on the concurrence docket, and nothing on the emergency docket. What have you been doing?
You're welcome.
But we do have a consent docket, and it has 4 items on the consent docket. Are there any items on the consent docket that the trustees would like to pull for individual consideration or questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the consent docket? And it passes unanimously. Again, no items on the concurrence docket, no items for emergency construction contracts. So we'll move to item 6, items for individual consideration. And the first one is ratifying and approving addendums and awarding a contract to McKee Utility Contractors for a water transmission main project in the vicinity of Northwest 4th and MacArthur.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is the award of, I believe, the third to last segment of our Draper-Hefner Interconnect project.
Obviously, a significant project. It's important to have the flexibility to move water
Yes, sir.
to all parts of the metro area.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. This will essentially connect the 2 pressure zones from the Draper and Hefner water treatment plants, providing resiliency depending on which being experienced in either side of town.
All right. Any questions regarding the water line contract award? Seeing none, is there a motion for approval? And it's approved. Item 6B is plans and specifications to be advertised for pumps advertised for bids. Atoka Pipeline Raw Water Transmission Line, Colgate Pump Station to Stonewall Pump Station.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Larry Hare is here to give us an update on really 6B and 6C.
I was hoping he'd give us a presentation.
Where's my mouse? Oh no, I don't have a clicker. Well, good afternoon, y'all. I'm here to tell you all about what's going on with the Atoka Pipeline and all of its sundry projects. As you can see, we've got lots of projects to choose from right here. Next slide. Out of 98.6 miles, I now have almost 54 miles under construction. So I'm now over half, not just about half. So let's go through them one at a time, starting from the beginning. Next slide. With Pump Station O. We opened bid on Pump Station O in September of this year for a mere $81.7 million to win construction. We're expecting this to be completed in December of 2027. Next. WCA 871, this is the pipeline segment from Pump Station O to the Colgate Station. Oscar Renda is the contractor. The pipe is 100% installed. We have all of the pipe in the ground. They're preparing to begin the hydro testing here within the next couple of weeks. We're still on schedule to be completed in October of 2025, but I'm fairly confident we'll be a lot earlier than that. Next. 872, the one that we're advertising plans and specs for, it's about 15 miles long. The consultant was CPNY, who's also changed their name to STV International Infrastructure. We're going to be opening bid on this in November of this year, and we expect this to be completed in June of 28. This one is kind of interesting because we have to reroute a portion of the line to go around a culturally sensitive area instead of trying to go through it in order to not have to completely mitigate the site. Next.
And all the easements are obtained?
I'm sorry?
All the easements are obtained?
Yes, sir. We are free to go. In fact, we also have the beetle survey done for this segment, so no beetles to worry
Excellent.
about too. WC 873, the segment from Stonewall to Ada, it's about 9.6 miles, and I think the rest of these projects I'm going to talk about as far as pipeline goes belongs to McKee Utilities, and they have been doing a fantastic job. On this segment here, all pipe has been delivered, and we have 88% of it installed, and we're expecting the completion in April of next year. Next. 874, this one is pretty much 100% installed. They're working on different air vac valves and straightening up easements and finishing up the corrosion protection. So we're almost done with that one. All we lack is finishing up. Okay, next, 875. Really no news here. I should take it off the list, but it's sequentially correct. So we're 100% done with this. The new 60-inch main is in service. The aerial portion of it, we're working on an amendment to the engineering contract to remove it from the river. Next, 876. We recently opened bid for this one in August of this year. It's about 10.5 miles. We expect this one to be done in July of next year. Going up to the Conoway Pump Station, which is next, and that too is something that we are advertising plans and specs for. So another interesting thing about, I want to point out a few things on this one here is that we have plenty of room on this segment to build a new pump station as well as a reserve land for a third pump station in case we ever decide to put a third pipeline in. Next. Kanawha to just west of State Highway 3. That's about 10 miles, and we're looking to have that complete in July of 2025. Right now, we have 24% of the pipe installed, and the tunneling across Highway 177 has been completed. Next. And I've only got a few left to get into the ground or built up. One is the Stonewall Pump Station that we're going to have lined up to start advertising, I think, in January or February of next year. And the other last two segments coming from where west of Highway 33 stopped to the Draper Lake. Good heavens. Next, and I'll take any questions you might have.
Any questions, Mr. Hare? Will we have the option of taking the water directly from the pipeline into the plant?
Do we have an option to do that?
Yeah.
There currently is one. It's a 60-inch going from the outlet box on the southeast corner of Draper going all the way to the treatment plant. The next new segment will also have that same capability. We have to rebuild that box anyway because it's too small for the amount of water to go through it. So we're going to put in a Y segment and then go straight to the box or veer off to the plant.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, we'll do them individually. Is there a motion to approve item 6B? Very good, and it passes. And then item 6B, the Atoka Pipeline second Conoway Pump Station. All right, and it passes. Any items from the trustees? Seeing none, under general manager reports.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we do have a lake level report for you today with a little bit of action on it. Lake Hefner is currently sitting about 7 feet below full pool. However, we have started a release from Canton this morning, so we should expect that to go up. We're expecting somewhere around 3 to 4 feet here towards the end of the week. Lake Draper is currently about 5 feet below full pool, Overholser at 3 feet below. Canton is currently at 1 foot below. We expect that to drop about another 2 to 3 feet after we're done with the release. And then Atoka is 4 feet below, with McGee Creek sitting at just under 6 foot below full pool.
All right. Very good. We appreciate that. And an update on the South Canadian.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have Ms. Joy Cody here to give us a presentation on South Canadian progress.
Hi, Joy.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and trustees. My name is Joy Cote, and I'm providing a quarterly update on our largest wastewater construction project right now, the South Canadian Wastewater Treatment Plant Improvements Project. Oh, it works. Awesome. Okay. So, our current construction status, we're about 53% of the way contract duration through the project, and we have paid just over $103 million to date. So we are ranging around 55% complete in dollars. We still are holding our 2 milestone dates, phase 1, which is substantial completion, commissioning everything through the secondary treatment process for February of 2026, and final completion, which includes demolition of our existing equipment such as the SBRs, would be in February of 2027. In our past 90 days, we've been able to complete the clarifiers, precast concrete structures by DN tanks, and they're currently being water tested. You'll see that in the pictures in a moment. Our generators for our primary electrical area have been delivered on site and set in place. Our aeration basin structural concrete has been finished. That's kind of our largest concrete structure on the project, and we've started water testing for that as well. Our variable frequency drives and our switchgear are being installed in some of our major electrical areas on site. Our filter complex concrete has been completed right after the clarifiers, and they've started internal work on our new administration building with drywall and HVAC piping. Our look ahead for the next quarter, we'll be completing the chlorine contact and effluent pump station structures. We'll also be constructing the OG&E meter vault and the modulating valve vault. We'll also be completing the roofing for all of our newly completed structures. You'll see some that are in progress on the following photos. And we'll begin water testing on additional structures north of our aeration basins at the grit and filter vortex areas. We'll also continue backfilling around the clarifiers that are completed, and we'll be working on getting power to the administration building. So a couple of photos here in some of our major project areas. Currently, our grit vortex and grit wash buildings, you can see our TPO roofing system in place here, so we've made some great progress. Of course, our extended aeration basins, our carousels, the kind of the showstopper of the project, now has algae-filled water in it for water testing, which is great. Also wanted to add this area in just south of our aeration basin ahead of our clarifiers. We have a splitter structure for splitting flow to our different clarifiers, as well as our recycle pump station, and those are in progress as well. Here are the clarifiers completed with also algae-filled water in them for water testing, which is great. Still see the areas around that need to be backfilled. And our new filter complex has come quite a long way in the past few months as well. We've also made some pretty significant progress on our chlorine contact and disinfection buildings. You can see our roofing system in place over the disinfection building, as well as some of our exterior masonry. And our primary electrical, as I said earlier, now has generators situated in place, which you can see in this last photo. So with that, I will attempt to answer any questions you have, and we have some nice drone footage provided by our contractor, Crossland Heavy. Probably should have put this on a slide before questions, but it's totally fine.
Very nice. Any questions of Joy?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's great. That concludes the general manager reports.
Yes, sir.
I'm not aware of any citizens that have signed up to speak. There's no further business, therefore we are adjourned.